Okay, let's go.
Is also becoming a testing ground for some of the world's most advanced weapons. Iran has just deployed a new ballistic missile in combat for the first time. It is called the Sejil missile, but experts have another name for it. They call it the dancing missile. Do you know why? Because it can maneuver mid-flight. That makes it extremely difficult to intercept. Tehran fired the dancing missile for the first time yesterday. It has a range of about 2,000 kilometers, which puts much of West Asia within its reach. But here's the thing. Iran is not the only one testing new weapons in this war. The US and Israel are also using new systems. Our next report takes a closer look at them.
A new missile has entered this war, not quietly, but with a message. Iran has unveiled one of its most advanced weapons on the battlefield. It is called the Sejil. Military experts often call it something else, the dancing missile. Tehran deployed the weapon in its latest wave of attacks. This is the first time the missile has been used in combat, and its arrival sends a clear signal about how this war is evolving, because this missile was built to be difficult to intercept. The Sejil is one of Iran's most sophisticated ballistic missiles. It has a range of roughly 2,000 kilometers that allows it to reach targets across much of West Asia. But its real advantage is not just the range, it's the fuel. Older Iranian missiles rely on liquid fuel, which requires preparation before launch. The Sejil uses solid propellant instead. That means it can be fired much more quickly, moved easily, and hidden until the moment of launch. The missile has another feature that has drawn attention. It can maneuver during flight. That movement makes interception more difficult for air defense systems. It is this ability that earned it the nickname Dancing Missile. Iran began developing the Sejil in the late 1990s. The first known test took place in 2008, followed by another in 2009. Later tests showed the missile could travel close to 1,900 kilometers. For years, the weapon appeared mainly in military drills. Now it has moved to an active battlefield, and the Sejil is not alone. Since the war began, Tehran has relied heavily on missiles and drones in its retaliation against the US and Israel. One of the most widely used systems is the Shahed 136 drone. It is a one-way attack drone designed to crash directly into targets. Iran has also deployed missiles such as the Khaybar-Shekan, Khorramshahr 4, and Ghadar 110. Some are designed for long-range strikes. Others carry heavy explosive warheads. In some attacks, missiles have also carried cluster munitions. These weapons burst mid-air and scatter dozens of smaller bomblets across wide areas. But Tehran is not the only side introducing new weapons. This conflict has become a testing ground. The United States has deployed the Precision Strike Missile for the first time in combat. It is a new long-range system fired from HIMARS launchers. Washington has also introduced Task Force Scorpion drones. These are low-cost, one-way attack drones designed for battlefield strikes. Meanwhile, Israel has also deployed the Black Sparrow missile after years as a test system. And Israeli F-35 fighter jets have recorded the aircraft's first air-to-air kill against a manned plane. Then there is artificial intelligence. US and Israeli forces are now using AI-assisted targeting systems to help identify and prioritize targets. Algorithms are helping shorten the kill chain. So, taken together, these are not just battlefield developments. They are previews. This conflict is not only about territory or retaliation. It has become a live laboratory where the weapons of tomorrow are being tested today. And what works here will shape the wars that follow.
Yo minasan konnichiwa, apa kabar semua? Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Tidak lupa kita ucapkan salam yeye WhatsApp untuk pakcik makcik Malay di sana. Dan video ini di bulan puasa, besok kita lebaran, jadi saya akan ucapkan maaf lahir batin, Eid Mubarak. Nikmati kebersamaan dengan keluarga di Jepang sini. Lebaran nggak berasa apa-apa, jadi nggak ada kerasa. Salah satu enaknya di Indonesia yang tidak bisa kalian temukan kalau hidup di luar negeri ya saat-saat bulan puasa dan hari raya begini. Besok saya paling ketemu teman saya satu mau ke KBRI atau sekolah Indonesia, mau sholat aja kita harus daftar 2 minggu yang lewat kemarin udah harus daftar. Tadi teman saya baru ngasih tahu mau sholat Id aja loh. Jadi video kali ini kita membahas tentang rudalnya Iran yang baru ini, rudal baru yang tidak bisa intercept oleh Israel dan Amerika, namanya rudal Sijil ya. Rudal ini kelebihannya bisa menghindari tembakan dari rudal Patriot, apa jenis-jenis rudal interceptnya Iron Dome yang Israel punya ya. Jadi orang sebut rudal ini si dancing missile. Jadi rudal yang bisa menari. Dan berita ini makin heboh ini, kapal induk Amerika juga terbakar. Baru-baru ini luar biasa sekali loh Iran ini. Dan Amerika telah mengirim 2.500 marinir yang akan melakukan invasi darat. Dan ini pertama kali dilakukan oleh Amerika sendiri. Karena apa? Karena teman-temannya yang biasanya selama ini ngeroyok Iran, Afghanistan, udah pada sadar, nggak mau ikut. Sekarang tinggal sendiri dia. Dia menghadapi Iran yang jauh lebih kuat dari Irak dan Afghanistan. Ini akan menjadi mimpi buruk menurut saya. Ini jadi sejarah hitam, sejarah Amerika. Karena Iran juga sudah lama menunggu pertempuran ini. Apalagi Amerika tidak dibantu oleh sekutu-sekutunya lagi. Biasanya mereka kan ngeroyok, membuli negara-negara yang udah lemah. Nah Iran nggak lemah. Iran di backing oleh Cina dan Rusia. Kelihatan sekarang kan, kapal induk terbakar. Ini sudah masuk, mungkin udah dekat itu. Tentara marinir yang dikirim sebanyak 2.500 orang. Mungkin dibantu sama pasukan Israel. Ini hebatnya Israel ini. Dia bisa memanfaatkan orang lain mati untuknya. Istilahnya goyim kata orang-orang Israel ini ya. Orangnya di luar Yahudi itu disebut goyim. Budak yang pantas mati untuk mereka. Jadi nanti sudah dilihat tadi kan video luar biasanya rudalnya Iran yang bisa menari-nari. Ini rudal pertama loh yang tidak bisa dijatuhkan, ditembak jatuh. Di Iran ini terbukti orang-orangnya pintar, udah diembargo sekian tahun, tapi mereka tetap masih berdiri dan mampu melawan dengan baik. Ini Indonesia, semoga Indonesia bisa kerjasama dengan Iran, terutama di bagian ini loh, di bagian pembuatan rudal begini, misil begini ya, luar biasa sekali. Jadi video kali ini nanti saya tutup dengan gambar kapal Indo-Amerika yang terbakar. Itu banyak yang cedera, yang meninggal, dan ceritanya tentaranya itu banyak yang kena infeksi paru-paru karena ditembak begitu. Terus pesawat, ini kan pembawa pesawat, aircraft carrier ini yang kena ini. Yang minyak pesawat kan minyaknya bensol ya, cepat menjalar, dan ceritanya kebakaran itu sampai ke tempat-tempat tidur tentaranya terbakar. Jadi moral tentara Amerika ini habislah. Kasihan ya, demi politis. Ini sebenarnya ada pengalihan isu tentang Epstein File ini. Jadi anggota Epstein ini nggak mau ketahuan kesadisan mereka, pedofil mereka, pembunuhan mereka. Itu Epstein File ini luar biasa sekali. Saya akan bahas juga nanti. Ada saya sampai cerita McDonald. Ini teman-teman nanti saya bahas khusus ya, kalau teman-teman setuju. Ini McDonald itu rupanya karena kekurangan daging sapi, itu daging manusia yang dijual gila sekali itu. Rupanya McDonald itu punya hubungan dengan rumah sakit di Amerika. Dan itu banyak orang-orang yang betul-betul makan hamburger itu ada ketemu seperti gigi manusia. Gila. Ya itu saja. Ini video penutup bulan puasa ini. Mungkin besok kita nggak ada video. Biarkan teman-teman lebaran dulu. Kalau di sini lebaran nggak berasa ya. Mungkin 2-3 minggu lagi saya bisa, seminggu 2 minggu lagi saya bisa pulang. Urusan di sini selesai. Dan mungkin saya vlog di Indonesia karena saya mau urus investasi saya di sana. Itu saja. Enjoy video penutupan. Ini gambar kapal Indo-Amerika yang terbakar. Luar biasa sekali. Selamat Hari Raya. Minal aidin wal faidin. Maaf lahir batin termasuk pacik macik maledes di negeri mola-mola sana. Enjoy video penutupnya.
American aircraft carrier has taken a huge amount of damage and it's had to leave Israel and go to Greece for repairs. And you need to know what's happened. In fact, because of what happened to this aircraft carrier, hundreds of sailors on board were injured really quite badly. Well, a few moments ago, the US announced that the USS Gerald R. Ford aircraft carrier, the current biggest aircraft carrier the US has, that is currently in the Red Sea protecting Israel, has to leave and go to Greece for repairs. But there's a reason for that, and it's actually something that's happened over the last few months. And all of that led up to something that happened just a few days ago. Well, a few days ago, the US announced that a fire started in the laundry room of this aircraft carrier. At the time, the US said the fire was under control and it was just a small fire. But over the last few days, more details have come out, and they were lying. According to sailors on board, the fire took, quote, hours to bring under control. And they said the fire spread throughout the ship so much that over 100 sleeping beds where the sailors sleep were burned to a crisp. As well as that, nearly 200 sailors on board the ship had to be treated for smoke-related injuries. And so this fire 2 days ago the US said was small actually was huge, and it spread throughout the ship. And it's worth knowing that the toilets on board the ship also don't work, and the sewage system has been clogged for months. And so the ship has now had to go up to Greece for repairs because of how bad the damage is.